Hello and welcome here to Mountainous. Hello and welcome here to Mountainous, Dayton, Tennessee. Thanks for being with us this afternoon. The championship game here in this regional contest. The winner moving on to Sioux City, Iowa to battle in the national tournament of the NAIA. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley for tonight's contest. Excited about this matchup here. It is the University of Pikeville and Bryan College, the Bears and the Lions. And only one team can move on and be crowned here in this opening round. It's exciting. The winner of this contest is going to have a fun trip up to Sioux City for the Sweet 16, Grayson.
Yeah, both teams, as we interviewed them after the game, they're excited about this championship matchup, and both of them, they're going to be fighting hard to make it to the Sweet 16 in Sioux City, Iowa. I'm excited to see this one, Gabriel.
Absolutely, and what you're seeing here, this is Summers Gymnasium. That's where we are here on the campus of Bryan College. A live look inside of the gymnasium coming right up. The Bears making their first appearance here since the 2018-2019 tournament. They are 19-13 overall this season, but have struggled on the road. They're 8-8 overall in away games, including that big win last night against Indiana Tech.
Yeah, of course, with their record on the road and Bryan's record at home, I think we talked last night, Bryan hasn't lost a home game in 5 years. That means most of these girls who are playing have never lost a home game in their entire career. That's insane, Gabriel.
That is insane. That's a banana stat. It's hard to even fathom that something like that is possible. Taking a look at the Lions of Bryan College, they're 31-1 overall this season. 32 contests played. They've only lost one of them. I mean, that in and of itself is insane. And there are so many players we could highlight on this team, and we'll get to our players to watch in just a few moments. But, you know, you start with Gracie Dishman.
Absolutely. I mean, she's beastly down there. She can drive the ball. She can shoot the ball mid-range. She plays a beautiful game of basketball. I'm excited to see her play today, Gabriel.
I'm excited to see her play again today as well. It'll be fun to see her performance down on the hardwood tonight in this contest. Let's take a look at her numbers so far. AAC Player of the Year, Gracie Dishman, averaging 20.5 points per game, which is third in the AAC.
Yeah, and she's also shooting 56.3% from the floor. That's second in all of the Appalachian Athletic Conference. She is also just one of two players in the entire country in the NAIA to average at least 20 points per game and shoot over 55% from the field.
That's incredible. Unheard of. For the Bears, we're going to take a look at Morgan Stamper. She recorded a double-double last night. Didn't you say that was her 20th double-double?
20th of the season. 20th of the season.
Goodness, 20th double-double of the season for Morgan Stamper last night. She was named All-Conference First Team for her efforts throughout the regular season.
Yeah, she is a four-time Conference Player of the Week, spurred on by her 20 double-doubles now this season. Along the way, she averaged 13.4 points per game and an impressive 12.2 rebounds per game. Good for sixth in the entire country.
That's insane. Incredible athletes on both of these programs. The Lions and the Bears pushing these stars to the forefront. Another player we had a conversation with last night post-game was, of course, Caitlin Hennessy, and wonderful to get to speak with her following her big game yesterday.
Yeah, of course, Caitlin Hennessy, we talked with her, and she prides herself on defense. She even told us last night, defense wins championships. And listen, yesterday, UPike played an impressive defensive game, so I'm excited to see how they respond on the defensive side as well. She's AAC Defensive Player of the Year, also All-Conference First Team for the third straight season. She's only a junior, Gabriel. That means every year she's stepped on the hardwood, she's gotten that accolade. Impressive player.
It's unbelievable. Bryan College has only made it to the Sweet 16 one time in the history of the program, and that was 2 years ago. Practice was canceled. The teams were sent home due to COVID-19.
Wow.
So this is their chance to repeat history and go back to Iowa and battle in the Sweet 16 of the NAIA. That's something they're hoping to achieve here today, something that would be written in the history books, and the Bears of Pikeville obviously seeking that same accolade. This is a big thing for these two schools. The entire city of Pikeville, the entire city of Dayton, Tennessee, looking on and waiting to see which program is headed to Iowa. We're about to find out here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, I know both coaches are really excited about this matchup. We got the chance to talk to head coach Bryan before the game, and he said he feels good about this one. He has total confidence in his players, and he expects them to play a good brand of basketball today.
He's almost too calm. He made me nervous for him. I'm like, why are you so calm right now? He was ready to go, and we had a great time talking to Clifton Williams last night. Coach Williams, a really great guy, very, very fun to speak with him and get to know his program a little bit, and great athletes, and they look hot today during warm-ups, shooting from all across the floor, dropping it in from long range. The mid-range stroke is going for them, so we'll see who's hot when it comes time to shoot during the game. I think that's going to play a big factor how they come out of the gates today.
Yeah, it really is. And we saw one player, Sierra Feltner, last night that we got to talk to a little bit after the game, and she is so well off the dribble. If she can get off the dribble, make some shots, she is definitely going to be a problem for the Lions today.
Grayson and I are going to step aside for just one moment as the public address announcer runs us through pregame ceremonies, and we get ready for today's contest.
Number 3 seed, University of Pikeville Bears, and the number 1 seed, Bryan College Lady Lions. As a member of the NAIA, we're committed to the true spirit of competition, embracing 5 core values: respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. We ask that each of you abide by these values to help create a positive and competitive environment. Please enjoy today's contest. Now please rise for prayer, followed by the singing of our national anthem, today presented by Annette Watt. May we pray. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity today to play the game of basketball. We ask for safety for the athletes as they play, and for everyone as they travel home. May we honor you, Lord, in all that we say and do. And it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, there you have it, a beautiful rendition of the American National Anthem, and now we'll receive our starting lineups here in this contest today. Going to be a fun contest for these two programs, Grayson.
Absolutely, and as I look at the starting lineup, it looks like Mary Englert's going to get the start once again for Pikeville. Also, number 21, Bailey Frazier, Jr., 5'9", out of Wise, Virginia. And this is a dangerous player also. Morgan Stamper, number 22, the stretch forward, 5'8", sophomore. Looks like Georgia Sadiri is also going to get the start, along with number 30, Sierra Feltner, for the away team.
She was fun last night, used her talents to make a splash all across the floor, did well at mid-range. Kind of made an impact in every facet of the game, but didn't really stuff the stat sheet. And probably going to have a similar impact on this contest tonight.
Yeah, excited to see her play. Excited to see what her role is in today's game as well. For the home team, starting lineup, Bryan Lady Lions. Destiny Kastner getting the start. Also, Carly Combs getting the start, senior from Rutledge, Tennessee. Number 12, Caitlin Hennessy, also getting the nod today in this contest, junior from Athens. Deandra Luna, number 15, senior guard from Sparta, Tennessee, gets the nod. And to round out the starting five, number 32, Gracie Dishman, sophomore from Crossville, Tennessee.
Well, there you go. The lineups are set. These two programs have made their way down onto the floor, and they're ready to get tonight's contest underway. One winner, one team advances to Iowa in the Sweet 16 of the NAIA National Tournament. Thanks for being with us here in Dayton, Tennessee tonight on the campus of Bryan College for this battle between the Bears and the Lions. U-Pike out in full force and ready to go. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley, and we're about to get underway.
I'm excited for this matchup, Gabriel.
This is as big as it gets here in Dayton. Opening tip, one away by U-Pike. Good tip there. Bailey Frazier takes the ball, hands it off to the point, Feltner. Feltner tries to drive inside, fires from mid-range, that won't drop.
Feltner's so good at getting open. If she can knock down those shots today, she will be dangerous.
Dishman coming up the floor, hands it off. Quick give right back to Gracie Dishman. Dishman to the far side, now from the left wing. This one clatters off the front of the iron and won't go.
Combs had a good look there, just couldn't get it to fall.
40 seconds into this first period of action, no scoring yet. Feltner with it on the right wing, drives inside, passes it back up top from the elbow. Now here's the shot from just inside of the perimeter. The board gathered up there by Deandra Luna.
It was a nice move by England to get an open shot.
Gorgeous feed inside. Now the pass to the arc, and the three ball had a little too much power behind it.
That's something we talked with Coach Lahan, is they're going to have to get the three ball to fall today.
That
no luck thus far.
Off the back, stepping up and firing from inside of the perimeter. That one off the mark for Sideri. Here's the three ball right away for the Lions. This one rims out. We're still scoreless. 90 seconds into period number one. Feltner will run the floor at the point, drives down along the edge of the block, kicks it out to Sideri. Englert back to Sideri. She fires, standing on top of the arc. This one won't go as Englert will get the basketball back.
Big
nice
offensive rebound.
Rebound right there. Feltner pulls up from long range. That won't go either. Dishman battling for the basketball. The Lions will come up with it. Gracie Dishman behind the back, driving down inside along the edge of the paint. That'll go off of the glass.
Just saw an opening and she delivered, dropped a basket there on the low post.
Bryan College leads 2-0, 2 minutes and 10 seconds gone here in the first period. Feltner passes it to the corner. Sideri wanted to pull up, and the ball is kicked out of play by Hennessy.
Hennessy's not going to let that one get by. She'll take the kickball violation to prevent a pass inside.
Sideri feeds it over to Feltner. Feltner will run the floor. Two quick passes still along the perimeter here. Looking inside to Stamper. Stamper fires. This comes off the bottom of the rack.
Stamper's a physical player, but no match for the height there in Destiny Kastner.
Luna kicks it off to the left wing, and the three ball will find the twine.
There it is.
Gracie Dishman from downtown makes it 5-0. Feltner wants the answer from the elbow right there. Kicks it outside to Georgia. Georgia drives down into the low post. That'll go off of the glass. Nice response.
That was a beautiful move. She kind of hesitated the pump fake and delivered on the other side.
3 minutes, 10 seconds off the clock here in the first period. It's 5-2, a three-point ball game. Dishman working with the orange, wants to go inside. Here's a pass up top. Combs, feed down low to Kastner. Now up to Hennessy along the perimeter. To the far side, again it's Gracie Dishman who finds the twine.
And there it is, once again, Gracie Dishman, talk to me.
Phone the bank, she's got a deposit to make, it's all money. 8-2, it's a 6-point game. 3 minutes, 40 seconds gone here in the first period. Feltner wants a three ball, this one just off the mark there.
Something I noticed here as I was looking at the stats is Gracie Dishman's under 30% from behind the arc, but she's perfect today, 100%.
Players to watch here today. If you're looking for the top scores, you're going to want to keep an eye on Gracie Dishman. She had 28 last night. Hennessy had 25. Kastner had 12. For the Bears, you're obviously going to want to keep an eye. Same cast of characters. It really begins and ends with Stamper, but a few top scores. Feltner did very well last night as well. Working with it is Reed. Reed fires on the move, and that'll drop into the twine.
Nice little floater there. She saw some space, took advantage of it.
4.5 gone in the first period. It's a 4-point ball game, 8-4. Luna the handoff to Hennessy. Wanted to pass it to Dishman. A little too much pressure there from Feltner. We had the chance to speak to her after last night's contest, and she was obviously feeling good about the win.
Yeah, she was. She was wanting the momentum from yesterday's game to carry in today. And their defense has played well. They've given up two open threes, but other than that, they've played pretty solid.
Here's the drive. The Bears want the quick bucket. This one just didn't have the touch on it. Stamper gets the board, kicks it outside to Englert. A third chance. Ball is regathered by Stamper again. This time, Kastner gets it.
Surprise, surprise. Stamper finds the offensive board. She had 8 of her 13 rebounds were from the offensive side of the court.
Nice feed inside to Hennessy, and she gets the bucket off of the glass. And a chance at the old-fashioned three as the score is now 10-4.
We talked about that yesterday, how she finds a way to draw contact and also make the basket. She did that several times yesterday, and she's looking to do that again right here.
We were talking about Stamper's success, and I want to talk more about that after this quick break. A timeout down on the floor. We're going to take one as well. We'll be back in just a few moments with more college basketball. Welcome back here to Dayton. 4:38 left to go in the first period. It's 11-4. Bryan College's Lions lead the Bears of Pikeville University.
Hennessy sunk that one at the charity stripe. Talked to her yesterday, and she kind of alluded to the fact that she was disappointed from her performance at the line yesterday, but she still went 8 for 12. It's not like it was a bad performance, but high expectations for herself.
Feltner coming up the floor. Passes it to Stamper. They give to Englert. Englert drives down into the low post. Ball is swatted at, and a little too much contact down low there for the officials.
Coach Lahan not very happy down there. I think the saying has to go, box Stamper out. She is grabbing so many boards, drew the foul there.
Two quick passes, kicked it outside to Reed. Reed picked off. Here come the Lions. Luna gonna stop up near the perimeter and give it off. Long ball for Samantha Russell, who finds the twine. It's 14-4.
firing on all cylinders from behind the arc so far today, Gabriel.
Unbelievable. 4 minutes left to go here in the first period. Here come the Bears. Angler passes it back outside to Feltner. She stops down there in the block. It rims all around and drops into the twine.
Nice move there down there on the post.
Good heads-up play. Here's Dishman with a little hezzy and can't score the bucket down low.
We talked with Coach Williams after the game yesterday, and he said to win today's contest, they're going to have to prevent Bryan from making too many threes, and not done a great job so far. Of course, Bryan has some crazy good shooters from behind the arc as well.
Bryan's three game, a huge part of what they do. Just as much as I said before the break, I wanted to come back to Stamper, and let's take just a second to do that. You said during the pregame, 20 double-doubles.
Yeah, 20 double-doubles.
20. That's
Crazy
incredible.
player, crazy player. And we've already witnessed today, she's grabbing offensive boards like crazy. Stamper's going to get a breather here, though.
It's 16-6, a 10-point basketball game following that trip to the charity stripe for Bryan College. Here's the give to Englert. She's fighting on the elbow with the basketball, defended by Ludi. Pass outside to Reed. Reed gives it off to Feltner. Right back to Reed. She wanted to drive. Ball is loose. Gathered up by Hennessy. Hennessy will run the floor with Russell at her side.
That was a nice steal there from Luna.
Samantha Russell outside. Here's Ludi from three-point land. That'll go. Oh, my goodness. It's 19-6.
Madness, I'm telling you, Gabriel. When they are firing it from three and making it, they will go on runs very quickly.
Feltner along the elbow, hands it off. Bears working it along the perimeter, trying to create some space here. Feltner passes it outside. Reed with it. Reed to the corner. From three-point range, the response will drop. The money ball.
Big response there from Bailey Frazier.
Bailey Frazier from Wise, Virginia, a key part of last night's win for U-Pike. Oh, another three! Oh, my
Holy
goodness!
smokes!
I need an aspirin. It's 22-9, 2 minutes left to go in the first. The Bears answered on their last possession. Here we go again. Frazier, beyond the perimeter, wants to drive, kicks it back up top. Here's the three. This one didn't have the touch she needed. Bears have a 2-on-1 chance. Pass to the back door, and Russell has it stolen away by Reed. Nice defensive play right there.
Nice defensive play, but what a pass from Deandra Luna there. Split the defenders and nearly had the open basket for Russell. Also, if the Bryan Lions aren't shooting well enough, here comes another threat from behind the arc, Alyssa Molosky. Great shooter.
Alyssa's had a great season this year for Bryan College. I think what's difficult about a game like this is there's so much talent on the hardwood, they don't get the respect they deserve. There's no way. You know, it'd just be a constant rotation of us talking about how great all the players are.
Yeah, when we talked to Coach Lahan before the game, and he said there are so many talented players on our team that a lot of the players that are sitting on the bench would start for teams in other parts of the country. So they are not short of any kind of talent, that's for sure.
And the same thing goes for Pikeville. I mean, we could have highlighted 7 different players prior to the game. There's a three ball in response by Bailey Frazier.
Frazier's looking hot so far this game.
Product of Ridgeview High School and Wise, and she makes the long ball look easy right there. Ludi with 70 seconds left in the first period. It's a 10-point ball game. From the elbow, Brooks kicks it outside to Hennessy. Behind the back and drops this one in off of the glass.
Beautiful reverse layup there by Caitlin Hennessy. Split the defenders and had an open look.
Bears back to the offensive end of the floor. Under a minute to go here in the first period. Driving and firing. This one kept alive. Lions somehow come down with it. Russell to Ludi. Ludi back across the floor to Dishman. She crosses and fires, and this one will drop in on the run.
Oh, man. Called the charge there. Take away the points. Tough call. Didn't go Bryan's way that time. Of course, that may be just what the Bears need to fire in another offensive point before the end of the first period.
Half a minute left to go here in period one. It's 24-12. Bryan College has doubled up Pikeville. Feltner wants to fire from mid-range, kicks it across to Frazier. Frazier pass outside, open from distance. This won't go. Stamper has a second chance, that this one is blocked by Samantha Russell down there along the edge of the block.
Stamper's getting the offensive rebounds, but she's yet to capitalize this far this game. It has to have something to do with the height from the guard or the forwards down there low for the Bryan Lions.
Here's one from the elbow, won't go. Hennessy running up the floor with it. 5 seconds left to go here in the first period. And stolen away by Englert. Now the whistle is sounded with 1.8 seconds showing.
Looks like it's going to be a foul on the court against University of Pikeville Bears. Pikeville fans not happy.
Inbounding pass, under 2 seconds. This one is blocked. Good play defensively by Stamper right there. That's what she does so well for the Bears. Well, an exhilarating first period of action. A little tighter than the score makes it seem, as Bryan is shooting about 100% from beyond the perimeter. We'll take a break and be right back with period number 2 in just a moment here in Dayton, Tennessee. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee. Period number 2 about to get underway. Thanks so much for being with us for this NAIA opening round tournament game. The winner of tonight's contest headed on to Iowa in the Sweet 16. I'm Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley, excited about this contest between the University of Pikeville's Bears and the Lions of Bryan College. Currently, the Bears trail to the Lions 24-12 as we begin the second frame of action.
No shortage of fireworks here in that first period. If you're Bryan, you want to continue that on that success. And if you're Pikeville, you got to make some stops defensively and play your game down low.
2 quick passes, Dishman working with it. Now from the corner, 3 ball off the mark. Feltner with a little move. Long pass up the floor to Georgia. Georgia from outside of the United States. Oh, Feltner with a gorgeous move. That one rims all around and drops down into the net.
I was talking about her before the game. She moves so well off the dribble. And when we talked to her after the game in yesterday's contest, she said she likes to work best off the dribble.
Nice bucket down low right there for Combs.
Another and one opportunity for Caitlin Hennessy. She converts too.
Here comes Feltner. Headed to the offensive end of the floor. Pass to the corner. Here's the 3 ball. That one won't drop in for the Bears. Good looking opportunity there for Frazier. Had to pull the trigger, just couldn't get it. Hennessy, long pass. Down low, now centered up over to Luna. Luna loses the ball. Frazier after that one. Looks like the Bears are the last to touch it.
Might have gone off a foot there. Remains Bryan's possession.
Long feed back beyond the arc here. Hennessy with it, passes it to the close side. Now Dishman fires. This one comes off the glass, won't drop. Frazier gets it.
I think Feltner got a piece of that behind her there on the shot. Good defensive play there by her.
Feltner wants to pull up on the elbow. She has 4 points so far this afternoon. Bears working it around. Pass back outside over to Bailey Frazier. Frazier won't keep it for long. Now here's one that rims all around and won't drop. Combs gets the board. Lions headed back to the offensive end of the floor. 2 minutes gone here in the second quarter. Fighting with it. This one rattles all around and drops down into the twine there for Destiny Kastner.
Kastner used her height advantage there to score that one. Beautiful move by her.
Feltner will run the floor here offensively with a cross and a burst. Turns and fires. Oh, nice little hook shot right there.
Yeah, she can get so much separation so quick.
Feltner now tied for the team lead in scoring at this point. 6 points for her this afternoon. The three ball will drop for Carly Combs.
Carly Combs is an insane three-point shooter. She has 3.2 three-pointers made per game. That's first in all of AAC and seventh in all of the country.
2 minutes and 40 seconds gone here in the second period. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with more college basketball here in Dayton, Tennessee. Welcome back here to Dayton. Exciting collegiate basketball underway here. The winner headed on to the Sweet 16 this afternoon. University of Pikeville and the Bears trailing right now to the Lions of Bryan College. Feltner to Stamper. Bears working around the offensive end of the floor. 3 minutes gone here in this second quarter. Frazier back to Stamper. Here's the drive by Feltner down there into the lane. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Englert fires on the run, and that'll go. Nice last second bucket.
Good move by Englert there.
Her first of the day. Here comes Luna. Luna to the elbow, passes it outside to Hennessy. Hennessy turns, wanted to fire, instead kicks it back out to the perimeter. Dishman crosses and drives. Her shot rims across the front of the iron and drops back down to the hardwood.
Good move, just couldn't get it to fall.
Feltner, the handoff to Englert. Englert wants to take it herself. Now Kastner fighting for the ball with Stamper there, and the Lions will be a rewarded possession.
You'll probably be saying that a lot today, Gabriel. Fighting with the ball from Stamper. I mean, she is a crazy good defender. And she's getting the ball. I mean, if she can get the ball, she's going to get it.
Luna will run the floor here for the Lions. She has 3 so far this afternoon. Pass over to Hennessy. Won't keep it for long. The handoff from the elbow. Now Russell wants one from downtown. That'll go.
My goodness.
The three-point bomb for Samantha Russell. 6 points for her. She's perfect from beyond the arc.
That basket looks like a swimming pool right now.
Handoff outside of the perimeter to Frazier. She wants the mid-range jumper from the elbow, and that'll go. 8 points for her this afternoon, and we saw her taking that exact shot a few times during warm-ups.
Yeah, and she was sinking it. Did the same thing there.
Turning all about. The handoff outside to Kastner. Russell with it. Russell on the perimeter. Doesn't want to work with it. Gives it back off to Kastner. She's got a wide open lane and goes off of the glass. It's 37-20, a 17-point ball game halfway through quarter 2.
Well, Gabriel, when you shoot the ball so well from the perimeter, it opens up lanes like that, and that is exactly what just happened there.
Feltner fires, and that won't go. Well, and this is exactly what we were talking about during the pregame is, you know, both of these teams want to force their opponent to play their game, right? The Bears want to slow down Bryan College, force them to take some careful shots inside, force them to play defense and slow down the pace of the game. They've been unable to do that, and the Lions have really sped up the course of this contest, running the floor quickly. It feels like Pikeville can't get set up before they have to take a shot. That's exactly what Bryan College wants, and they've achieved that to this point.
Well, we talked with both coaches, and both of the coaches said we're going to have to play to our strengths. And that's exactly what both of them are doing. Bryan's just getting the edge so far in this game.
Gracie Dishman with a move and can't get this one to go. Thought the Bears had the board right there. A little too much contact for the official under the basket. And as that goes on, you know, that pace of game has created this differential in the score. It's 15 points right now with 4:40 left to go in the first half. That forces the Bears to play that type of game. They can't afford to try and slow it back down. Here's one from mid-range. That won't go. Ludi goes up and gets the board.
Yeah, both teams are so different in their style of basketball, and we saw that yesterday in both the contests. Over 150 points scored in the first game and less than 100 scored in the second game.
Here's the drive by Hennessy. Ooh, nice
what
move right
a
there.
move, Gabriel.
Little reverse, drops it in with a kiss off of the glass. It's 39-22. Well, and I'm no analyst, I'm no expert, but I would think at this point, if you're the Bears, you just have to calm down and start playing your game again.
They're going to have to get some defensive stops to stay in this ball game.
Frazier passes it across to Feltner. Feltner working with it at the arc. Kicks it outside. Here's the three ball. That one comes up shy. Dishman keeps it alive. She'll run the floor. A little bit of a fast break as she'll slow up on the AAC logo. Here's the drive, the spin. This one just wide.
Great move, though, of Dishman.
Feltner wants to answer quickly. The give to Frazier. She fires from mid-range. This clatters off the front of the iron and pops back out.
It seems like Pikeville's taking smart shots. They're just not falling for them.
Yeah, a little bit of a lid on the basket here this afternoon. Russell wants her third three. This one off the mark. Feltner, outlet pass to the close side. This one, too much juice on it.
Yeah, with just 3 minutes left in this first half, I think Pikeville would be happy if they could somehow cut the score to 10. There's something about that in basketball. If you can just get it to 10 points, you feel like you have a chance again.
Yeah, changes the whole face of the game. Well, it's very, very early in the contest still, and that's exactly my point right there. Feltner drops that in. That cuts it back to a 15-point game. Very, very early in the contest. You don't really need to start worrying about the margin too much until the fourth period. Here's a pass to the far side. Ludi. Ludi on the move, up along the block. Wants to get rid of it. Quick pass outside. That one rattles around and won't drop as Stamper gets the board and hands it off to Feltner.
That was a good backdoor cut there by Tori Brooks. Just couldn't get the ball to fall in the net.
Reed wanted the three-point bomb. Hands it off to Frazier. Feltner sidesteps. Drives a little bit and kicks it outside. Here's the three from way beyond the arc.
There it is, the answer.
That makes it a 12-point game of basketball. 2 minutes left to go here in the first half of play.
Looks like Bryan has given a couple of their starters some rest. Both Macy Pittner and Tori Brooks into play.
Kastner to the corner and the three-point bomb goal for Macy Pittner, the freshman from Seymour High School.
Pittner says, it doesn't matter. I'll come off the bench and make a difference immediately. Pittner, AAC freshman all freshman team rather.
Feltner with the immediate response as well. It's 42-29. Here comes Pittner. Pittner passes it off to Kastner. Now she wants to drive. Over to Ludi. Little collision there with Ludi and Feltner.
Uh-oh.
Pass outside. That's a long three-point bomb.
Called it. She can shoot it from anywhere in this gym.
From downtown Chattanooga. Unbelievable.
Gabriel, I knew when she got that when she had that space, she was shooting the basketball.
45-29. Here's a three in response. This rims around and won't go. I knew she was going to shoot it as well. She just kind of started to pull up, and you could feel the wind get sucked out of the arena as everyone took a breath. Kastner with a move. That rims all around and won't go. Board gathered up by Stamper. We're on Stamper watch for another double-double here tonight.
Yeah, really.
40 seconds left to go in the first half. This one clatters around, won't go. Pittner gets the board, trapped in the corner there. Kicks it over to Combs. Combs down the floor to Kastner. 24 seconds on the shot clock, 30 seconds the first half. Pittner goes to the hardwood, trapped there, trying to keep dribbling. Stripped away. Kastner loses this one over to Reed.
There's a lot of bodies on the floor in that possession.
A lot going on right there.
Macy Pittner, impressive. I thought she was trying out for the Harlem Globetrotters there on the floor, still dribbling the ball around.
Well, you mentioned Stamper was struggling on the offensive end of the floor in period one, and she has yet to score here tonight.
Yeah, and I guarantee you that was in the game plan for Bryan. Keep
6
her at bay.
rebounds for her, just no points. Feltner working with it, 10 seconds left to go in this second period. Pass to the corner, Reed wants 3, that'll go. She finds the twine, just 2 seconds left now. 1, Pittner pulls up as the buzzer sounds, and that one comes up shy.
Good response there from Pikeville there at the end of the first half. They needed that 3.
It's a 13-point game of basketball going into the halftime break. We're going to take a break and be back in a few minutes with some analysis. Don't go anywhere.
How you get here, how you prepare, how you choose to contend matters. So, what does it take? The possession of authority, the courage and strength of character, the ability to quickly move, think, and understand. The confidence in yourself and those who stand alongside you. The dedication through practice and instruction. The ability to see the mission clearly. To remain relevant and consistent. To be in charge of and in command of your own ability. It takes a determined attempt to compete. To contend.
Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee. We're at the halftime break in this NAIA opening round contest championship game of the opening round here at this host site. The winner moves on to Sioux City and battles in the Sweet 16 for a chance at that Elite Eight, the semifinal, and the national title game.
Sounds good,
That's
doesn't
what
it?
they're all thinking. Nobody's thinking like, oh, I could just get to Sioux City. That's not what these girls are thinking.
No.
They're thinking, if I win here, I get to go on, and you're not going to lose the next round if you win here, right?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
never works like that.
of course, you just got to get there. The whole mantra here is survive and advance, and I guarantee you they just are concerned about the two periods in front of them.
Well, last night I told a lie by accident. I teased that I was going to tell the story of Dayton, Tennessee during the Pikeville game and didn't tell it. Remember, I didn't do
I
that.
know.
We got busy at halftime, and I never told the story.
Yeah, excuses.
I'm full of them. So I'm going to tell the story here tonight of Dayton, Tennessee and Bryan College, just for personal interest, and I think it's better than listening to the blank screen for 9 minutes during halftime.
Yeah.
You'd rather listen to me tell this story, I hope anyhow. Dayton was originally settled, and just with like that I'm going to launch into it. Dayton originally settled in 1820. It was called Smith's Crossroads. In 1877, so a full 50 years later, the town was renamed Dayton after, you guessed it, Dayton, Ohio. The town was officially incorporated, so it was recognized by the state of Tennessee in 1903. The local economy most notably included the manufacture of pig iron. In 1925, the town exploded because of the famous Scopes trial. It was held here in Dayton, and the town was filled with hucksters of every description, which is like a shady salesman, a snake oil salesman, if you will. There were journalists from every corner of the globe. The participants in the trial included William Jennings Bryan. Bryan was the lead prosecutor, and Clarence Darrow was the principal defense counsel in the trial. It was over the issue of whether evolution should be taught in public schools or not. John Scopes, the defendant in the trial, was a local science teacher who was recruited to begin to teach evolution in his science class, even though it was against the law in the state of Tennessee at that time. The conflict created an enormous amount of publicity for the town and the area here in rural Tennessee. The town bustled with activity as people began to flock from near and far to hear the verdict on this controversial issue. And just 5 years later, after the trial was settled, William Jennings Bryan University was founded, named in honor of the famous prosecutor, William Jennings Bryan. The university admitted its first class in the fall of 1930. Its stated purpose was, and actually still is today, it's on the About page on the website, to provide for the higher education of men and women under auspices distinctly Christian and spiritual. In 1958, the name of this institution was changed to William Jennings Bryan College, and in 1993 it was shortened to Bryan College. The campus, located here in Dayton, Tennessee, sits on a 128-acre plot. Bryan College's campus consists of 6 public buildings, 5 resident halls, and 12 townhouses. And the Stoffel Welcome Center was just added a couple of years ago. It's an 18,000 square foot building. Bryan offers undergraduate degrees in 20 different majors with 60 distinct options and 3 graduate programs, and they've just added a doctorate in business, which is very exciting for the entire institution.
Yeah, it is, and I happen to be a student here, junior history secondary education major with a minor in biblical studies, so I get to be a part of this great institution, and I'm blessed to really be a part of it, honestly. It's setting a great community here in Dayton, a small community, but I like that about it.
Yeah, it's a nice area. I enjoy making the drive up. I live about 30 minutes east of Chattanooga in Ottawa, Tennessee, and I really enjoy this area. I love this college. It's been wonderful to be affiliated for this season. I've only been around for a year here, but really a big fan of Bryan College, and it's been fun calling these games and being a part of the success of the Lions. So I'm very thankful for that. And
I know we're glad to have you too.
Yeah, it's been a blast, I'm telling you, Grayson. I came up and did a tour, and everyone is just sweet as pie, and I'm very impressed with the facilities here on campus. Very modern, up to date, and it's a very, very nice private institution.
It really is. And like I said, I'm blessed to be here, part of the baseball program, and I now get to commentate some games for baseball and now basketball.
How did this happen? Like, did David just come into your class and he was like, "Come with me, you're broadcasting baseball"?
No one really had any clue that I was interested in it. And in the fall, I talked to the head coach about possibly doing the spring baseball games, and he was like, "Well, there's not really any competition," because I was trying to make a pitch for myself. And he was like, well, there's really no competition. You got the job. So spring came around, and I was still interested, and I talked to him about it, and he kind of hooked me up with the sports information director here, David Kalk. And he hooked me up with headsets. They took care, got a new sound system here, got another headset. So they've really embraced this whole thing. And, of course, it was something I've wanted to do since I was a kid. You know, a big fan of, like, Bob Kessling and Mike Keith, the radio play-by-play guys. And honestly, Gabriel, when I was talking to you for the first time, I was like, wow, what a unique opportunity to talk or do commentary with someone who's such if I can talk here, so good at the job and has a 3-syllable name. And I talked to you and I said, now I may be mistaken if I call you Gabe, and he was like, oh, I won't take offense to it. And I said, I started thinking about all the great commentators and, Joe Buck and Bob Kessling, Mike Keith and Gus Johnson. I was like, wait, all those guys have 1-syllable names. And now I'm sitting here with a great 3-syllable name, Gabriel Schrei. So it's been great to work with you.
It's been a blast to work with you as well. You're a real natural talent. Anyone who's listening, if you haven't picked up on it at this point, Grayson is an undergraduate student here at Bryan College, and this is your 10th game?
If that. I've probably done about 6 to 8 baseball games. This is, I guess, my 3rd basketball game.
I got home last night, and my girlfriend said, hey, you guys sounded great. And we were talking, and at some point I was like, yeah, it's Grayson's, 10th game. He's a student at the college. She did not know you were an undergraduate student. You sound that good, so.
Well, if the camera was on me, you could see that I'm blushing right now.
That's a fair warning. It's a fair warning. About 90 seconds left to go here until the second half gets underway. What an exciting first half of action. It's a 13-point game of hoops, 45-32, and Bryan College just did everything right in quarters 1 and 2.
Yeah, they really did, and they played to their game. They shot the ball incredibly behind the arc, and I know that was their game plan going in, but they didn't execute it yesterday, but they are executing it like crazy today.
Leading scorers at the halftime break. Let's start with the Bears and take a look at the Lions.
Yeah, so first with the Bears, Georgia Sederi's got 12 points. No. Excuse me. Sierra Feltner's got 12 points. Bailey Frazier with 8. She's hit a couple threes with a basket down low as well. Mary Englert with 2, and Georgia Sederi with 2 as well. Also, Alexis Reed off the bench with 8. She's done well for the Bears off the bench. Leading scorers for Bryan, Gracie Dishman and Caitlin Hennessy once again leading the charge, both with 10 apiece, and a bunch of role players with 3 to 4 points down the list.
Well, it's been a blast. This first half of play has been really fun, and we talked off camera a little bit before we came back and did this little analysis and little conversation for you folks. And really, my thoughts on it are Clifton Williams. If I were him, I'd go to the locker room and say, we got to get Stamper scoring some buckets. That's just where my head goes. I'm a play-by-play announcer. I'm not an analyst. Basketball is not my sport of expertise, but that's where my head went. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely agree, and I guarantee you they're going to try to get her down low some work, and it's just going to be, can she get some open shots? There's 2 big girls down there in the low block for Bryan, and Destiny Kastner and Samantha Russell that are guarding her. So she's struggled so far, but I guarantee you they'll be trying to get her some work in.
Luna had some trouble on the elbow. Here's Hennessy off of the glass and a little collision down there in the mid-post.
That was a scary fall for Hennessy. Kind of got her arms caught behind her and almost face-planted into the hardwood.
Looks to be all right. She'll go to the line. First one won't go. Thank you for tuning in and joining us wherever you may be. If you're watching from somewhere interesting, I feel like I should qualify that. If you're not in Kentucky or Tennessee, I want to know. Find me on Twitter, Gabriel Schrei. Tweet at me, let me know, and we'll give you a shout-out. Here's the drive. This one for Englert will go, falling down into the twine. That makes it a 12-point game of basketball, 46-34.
That was a great move by Englert, but also kind of a body screen there by Stamper. Helped
Combs from three-point land. What an incredible ball.
And I think we're going to sound like a broken record with all the three-pointers made in this game. They're just firing it from deep all game.
I mean, they're shooting about 50% from beyond the arc at this point. That's incredible. Feltner with it, kicks it across the floor. Now down inside. Stamper back to Feltner. Feltner with a move. This one won't drop. Dishman gets the board and gets hit with a travel.
Good defensive play there by the Bears. Kind of trapped her. Had nowhere to go. Unfortunately, drug the pivot foot there. Gets the travel call.
Long pass. Feltner into play. A little cross. Now looking inside to Stamper. Stamper in the low post. Going to get another chance with it. Kicks it over to Englert. She'll get the apple as that one drops in from the mid post.
Big offensive rebound. Got her teammate Engler an open shot there in the low block.
Hennessy. Outside to Luna. Luna drives down inside. Passes it back up. Nice feed down low to Kastner, who is blocked on a good defensive effort by Bailey Frazier.
Reed is checked in for the Bears now. She's got 8 points off the bench. She'll look to extend that here in the second half.
Inbounding pass here for Bryan College. Long feed over to Dishman. Dishman with a cross. Dishman off the glass. That won't drop. Second chance. This one rattles all around and won't fall either for Carly Combs.
Good offensive rebound there by Combs. She's used to staying outside the perimeter, but she got down and dirty there with the offensive rebound. And she's going to get 2 here at the charity stripe. Carly Combs, a 90% free throw shooter, misses the first one.
Second one will drop down into the twine there. Combs makes it a 14-point game of basketball. 2 minutes gone here in quarter 3. 50-36. The drive and shot there coming from Englert down low. Grabbed at down there in the low post, so she'll go to the line.
The Bears have a good chance to cut this lead to 12 if they can make both of these. And now that you're in the second half, you at least just have to stay within striking distance.
Second one will go as well. There it is, 12-point ball game. Long feed up the floor. Now a pass to the close side. Combs along the perimeter. Steps back out, dishes it to Hennessy. Caitlin Hennessy wants to take it inside and activates the washer right there on the spin move.
Beautiful move, just kind of got hung up under the basket. Couldn't get to the right side or the left. Clanked off the bottom of the rim.
Bears getting back to work on the offensive end of the floor. Turnaround Jay, that'll drop in.
That was a good shot there. They're expecting her to drive low. And she ended up just popping it from the elbow. 10 points, Gabriel.
10-point ball game. Almost 3 minutes gone here in period 3. University of Pikeville, based in Pikeville, Kentucky. Beautiful little town, big fan. We gave the whole history of Dayton, Tennessee, so I feel like at some point I'm going to have to give the historical nugget I have on Pikeville.
Yeah, you should. You should.
It's a good one.
At least we think so.
I love it. I think that's really cool, actually. Bryan College with the basketball on the offensive end of the floor. This one tipped out of play, out of the hands of Samantha Russell. Ball will remain with the Lions. Russell takes the inbound, fires from mid-range. This won't go. Hennessy goes hard to the floor there. Bears get the board, working with it here. Down to the offensive end. Frazier double team, goes to Stamper. Stamper outside to Reed, who wants 3. This one regathered down low by Frazier, and now swatted by Hennessy.
Hennessy, AAC Defensive Player of the Year, proves to hold that accolade.
Inbounding pass coming from Feltner here. Nice little feed down low to Stamper. Stamper runs across the low post, drops that into the twine.
I believe those are her first points of the game. They can get her going offensively. They have a shot at this ball game.
Hennessy on the elbow, kicks it outside to Luna. Long pass to the backside of the floor over to Dishman. Dishman on the right wing. Goes inside to Kastner. Now the three ball, this one wide left there for Samantha Russell. And
the Bears are playing a really aggressive style of defense here in the second half, closing out on shooters and playing aggressive down low as well.
50-42, an 8-point ball game. The Lions lead. We'll take a break and be right back here in Dayton, Tennessee. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee, and the campus of Bryan College. Pikeville, a city with about 7,700 total residents. That's about the same size as Dayton, ironically. Yep. Established as the town of Pike in 1824, changed in 29 to Piketon, and then incorporated with the government of Kentucky in 1848. In 1850, they changed the name to Pikeville. Now, my fun historical nugget about Pikeville, if you're a reader, you've probably heard the metonym like Hatfields and McCoys, the Hatfield and McCoy rivalry. Well, that took place between two rural American families across West Virginia and Kentucky from 1863 to 1891. The feud is a part of American folklore. Well, at least part of that feud between the Hatfields and McCoys played out in Pikeville, Kentucky.
How interesting is that?
That's a crazy piece of historical information. I love that. I would tell everyone that if I was from Pikeville. I would never stop talking about that. Bears to the offensive end of the floor. U-Pike mid-range J from Englert there. Off the mark, Hennessy gathers it up. She'll come to the offensive end. Pass down to the close side to Kastner, turns and fires. This rims around, won't go. Russell fighting for the basketball, and now a jump ball signaled for right there on the edge of the block.
Stamper fighting for the basketball. Surprise, surprise, Gabriel. Also, I have to mention Coach Clifton Williams seems to have made some real adjustments at the half. They're not attacking inside as much. They're pulling up at the elbow, pulling up at the free throw line, and trying to sink some shots mid-range.
Two great coaches here. Brilliant basketball minds. This one's stolen away from Frazier by Hennessy. She'll slow up just a little bit. The drive and firing down low, this won't go.
Got the foul call there. Going to have two shots at the charity stripe to extend this lead.
About 5.5 minutes left to go here in period 3 in this 8-point ball game. It's 50-42. That'll extend the lead of the Lions to 7 points. Now 52-42, a 10-point ball game.
If you're a Lions fan, you're excited to see that double-digit lead again. They've struggled a little bit coming out of the half.
Stolen away, Luna coming up the floor with great pace, and this one blocked away from behind by Feltner. Bryan College regathers, fighting for the ball down low. Stampert swatting at it. This one gathered by Reed.
What a defensive stop by Pikeville there in transition.
Frazier from the left wing, this one off the mark. Russell comes down to the board and it's stripped out of her hands. Okay, that was a great defensive play down on that left side of the floor by the Bears. Running down Luna and the Lions from behind, forcing them to take a difficult shot, swatting at the ball from behind, and then turning over the ball, they got possession back.
A good defensive stop there from the Lions in response, though.
Here comes Bryan College. Dishman with a move. Drops that in off the glass, down into the twine.
Nice move, Gracie Dishman.
12-point ball game, 54-42. Here's the three-point bomb. That'll go for Feltner.
Feltner leading scorer of this ball game.
That's a clutch ball right there.
That really is. Feltner's all-conference honorable mention. That's for the second straight season, averaging 10 points per game and 4.5 rebounds. Trying to carry this team to the Sweet 16 here.
Hennessy loses that one. Dishman regathers. 4 minutes left in the third period of action. The Lions lead by 9. Dishman yo-yos her way down inside, kicks the ball out to long range from the right wing. Hennessy is off the mark. Here comes Feltner with a quick response from mid-range. That drops into the twine.
Just like that, 7-point ball game.
54-47, the Lions lead. Luna down to the offensive end, gives it off to Hennessy. Oh, Luna wanted the 3-ball, instead the feed to Dishman. The floater off the mark, and who gets the board? Stamper.
Yep, not surprised a bit there.
A lot of contact right there on the back end. Stamper and Hennessy. Feltner kicks it outside.
It's like a charge call there on Stamper. Both Hennessy and Stamper, both very aggressive ball players.
Getting a little chippy with it down there in the low post.
Both teams fighting hard to make it to Sioux City, Iowa, and to compete in the Sweet 16.
13 and a half minutes left here in Dayton, Tennessee in this game. 3 minutes left in period 3. As you said, 7-point game, 54-47. Only one team can move on. They're going to give it all right here. This is 100%. Pass inside to Hennessy, and with Stamper's hand in her face, she lays it in off the glass.
Yeah, what a response there from Caitlin Hennessy.
56-47. Feltner with a move. Feltner with a burst. She got the bucket, but the whistle before she took her shot.
Wow, kind of surprised to see that call. I thought that one was he was gonna give Feltner some continuation there and count the basket. But foul nonetheless. The ball remains with the Bears.
Rebounding pass coming from Feltner. Feltner from the corner, the 3-ball off the mark. Ludy gets the board. Product of Ringgold, Georgia. Hand off to Hennessy. Hennessy behind the back, gives it off to Russell. Russell outside to Combs. The 3-ball rims around and pops out. Good board there by Frazier.
All around the rim, just did not fall in.
McNulty rather than Frazier, excuse me on that. Oh boy, the long ball will go for Feltner now.
Feltner having one heck of a game so far.
2:20 left in period 3. It's a 6-point ball game. Here's the drive by Dishman. That'll find Twine.
Dishman is such an impressive player, Gabriel.
The Bears and the Lions, the University of Pikeville and Bryan College exchanging body blows here in quarter 3. There's another.
Fireworks. Looks like the 4th of July out here, dropping them from all over the hardwood.
58-52. Here comes Ludy. Pass across to Russell. Russell outside. Hennessy from 3-point range. This one just wide left. Clattered off the heel of the iron, gathered by the Bears.
Just a 6-point game. The Bears have a great chance to respond.
Here's the drive by Feltner. Stamper from just inside of the paint. This one comes off the heel. Stamper's chasing it right there. That one goes out of play and into the Bears bench. They'll say it's a Lion basketball.
Stamper wanted the call there, kind of gave herself away. She was chasing the ball out of bounds, however. Good hustle play by both teams, though.
75 seconds left to go here in period 3. 58-52, a 6-point ball game. Dishman with a cross. Dishman with a burst. This one off the mark. Who else? Stamper gets the board. 1 minute left in period 3 as the Bears feed it inside. McNulty turns and fires. This comes off the bottom of the rim.
McNulty going to have the opportunity to cut this lead to 4, Gabriel. Looks like this one's going to come down to the wire in the 4th period. We're going to sub in Alyssa Molaski in for Carly Combs. Combs tied for the most minutes played in the last game, in the last matchup with 30. Gonna get a breather here, though.
McNulty gets her first point of the afternoon. 0 for 2 from the floor today, 1 for 1 at the line. Second one will find the twine as well. That makes it just a 4-point ball game under a minute to go here in the third period. Here come the Lions. Pass up the floor to Kastner. Russell from three-point range. This one comes off the front. Battle for the basketball. This one gathered by McNulty. Pass across the floor over to Feltner. Feltner trying to stay in play right there and forced out of bounds by a Lion.
Not a bad foul there if you're the Bryan Lions. Forced her kind of out of bounds to make a risky pass. Got the foul call. It was probably a good thing, or that it would have been an open basket.
Here's a pass inbounds to Reed. Reed drives, has it swatted away down low. Second chance bucket, rims around for Stamper. Won't drop either. Morgan Stamper, still only one bucket here today. 2 points at this point in time. 1 for 6 from the floor. She has 9 rebounds and 2 assists.
Here's that unorthodox free throw shot, though. And I've not seen her miss one.
No, she's hit all 5 here at Dayton.
Yeah.
She got 4 of those last night. She is 6 for 6 at the line. Not in this game, but in Dayton, Tennessee. 2 for 2 tonight. Those are her first 2 points.
I've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Here come the Lions of Bryan College. Dishman misfires. Reed gets the board. 15 seconds left in the third period. Bears headed to the offensive end. Reed has 8 points here tonight. Gives it off to Feltner. Feltner, little feed down low there. Stamper's second bucket of the night from the floor. And time will expire on quarter 3 in a tie ball game, 58-58. The Lions and the Bears taking it down to the wire. Fourth period of action coming right up. We'll take a break and be right back here in Dayton, Tennessee. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee, a tie ball game with 10 minutes left to go. It's 58-58. The winner of this contest will move on to the Sweet 16 in Sioux City, Iowa. It's the Lions of Bryan College hosting the Bears of Pikeville University.
What a response there from the Bears in the third period, Gabe. We're outscoring the Lions by a large margin.
Absolutely. Third period of action, a big one for the Bears. Here's Luna and opens period number 4 with a 3-point bomb for Bryan College.
I imagine they'll have to hit a few more of those to walk out of this gym with a victory.
Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. A fun game tonight. There's McNulty with her first bucket of the game. An immediate response makes it a 1-point game of hoops. Here come the Lions of Bryan College. Luna takes it inside, pass back out to Hennessy. Hennessy drives and fires. That'll go with a little kiss off of the glass. That's her 17th point of the night. She's 6 for 9 from the floor.
Great dribble and drive there from Hennessy.
Working this one all around. Here's a shot from the Bears. This one from Feltner just inside of the perimeter. Won't go.
Morgan Stamper fighting and clawing down there for the basketball.
Trying to get this one sorted out here.
There seems to be some confusion down on the floor.
Feltner will inbound for the Bears.
Looks like the referees weren't on the same page there.
No.
One was talking to the scorekeeper, the other one was inbounding the basketball.
Nice group of officials. I had a moment to speak with them when I came in the door here. Friendly guys. Feltner inbounding pass over to Frazier. Frazier to McNulty, working it around the world. Here's the long ball from Reed. That's off the mark. It remains a three-point game of basketball. 90 seconds gone in period 3. Here comes Caitlin Hennessy. Pass outside to Combs, who wants 3. That one won't drop.
Good look, just didn't fall.
Stamper got the board right there. That's her 11th of the night. Feltner from the elbow. That one will find the twine.
Feltner's had an impressive game.
She is 9 for 19 from the floor. Good for 14 total points. Here comes Gracie Dishman with a move. Passes it outside to the arc. Hennessy to Combs. Combs to the corner to Luna. The Lions feeding it inside, and this one, a little collision there between Frazier and Hennessy. Feltner to the offensive end. 2.5 gone in period 4. It's a 1-point ball game. McNulty turning all about. She's going to get hit with a travel. Move to that pivot foot.
And both teams were fighting for this one. Been an odd series of events here to start the 4th period.
Heading back down to the offensive end here. 2 quick passes. Kastner with it, the handoff. Now down inside. Russell has it taken away by Reed, and the immediate whistle.
That was a sneaky play by Reed there. Nearly stripped it clean. Foul called nonetheless.
Hit with a reach in right there. About 3 minutes exactly gone here in the final period. Russell misses her first at the line. It's 63-62. That one will go. It makes it a 2-point ball game here in Dayton.
Stamper's going to get a breather. Mary Englert checks in for the Bears. She's all-conference first team. All-conference team for her 3rd season. Good player.
Feltner kicks it outside. Now, Frazier loses the ball on the drive. It skeeters out of play. It'll remain a Bears basketball.
The Bears were really methodical last game in the semifinals this opening round. They are playing a very up-tempo game, and they're doing well.
Englert fires. That one rolls and drops for the tie.
That one snuck in the back door, Gabriel.
Luna to Dishman. Dishman with a burst. Dishman with a lane. This rattles all around and drops back down into the hands of one of her teammates. 6.5 minutes left in the ball game. We're all tied up at 64. Russell drives, kicks it outside to Dishman. Gracie Dishman
5 seconds left on the shot clock.
takes it inside, the floater off the mark. Feltner gets the board. 4 minutes gone already here in the 4th period. Feltner with a cross. Passes it back outside to Reed. Reed wants to drive, stops on the elbow. Couple of moves, trying to back down her defender. Feltner drives, pass back door for the lead, that'll go.
Wow, what a pass from Feltner.
U-Pike takes a 2-point lead with 5:40 to go in the game. Kastner wanted the three, passes it up to Luna on the point. Luna, defended by Feltner. This one off the mark, skiffed off the front. Remains a 2-point ball game, 66-64, and now a timeout down on the floor.
Bryan's offense is stifled a bit here in the second half. They're going to have to get something going if they want to win this ball game.
It's a 2-point ball game. U-Pike leading Bryan College. 5:22 left to go. We'll take a break. Be right back here in Dayton. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee, the campus of Bryan College, home of the Lions. They're playing host to the Bears of the University of Pikeville. It's a 2-point basketball game. Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. Grayson, break it down for us.
Well, I'll tell you, Pikeville's record does not speak to this talent on this team. They went 18-13 in the regular season, 11-11 in the Mid-South Conference, but they are playing a heck of a ball game against the AAC regular season champs.
Yeah, I talked to David Kolk about it before yesterday's contest, and he said MSC is a tough conference.
I believe it.
One of the best in the nation. Long pass, tipped by Russell. Now from the close side, it's Frazier. This came off the heel, gathered up by the Lions. In trouble down in the corner there, Carly Combs.
Carly Combs got the timeout there on the floor.
We'll keep it here this time. Just took a timeout break. We're going to stay and talk about what we think we'll see. 5 minutes exactly left here, 5:01 in this fourth period of action in a 2-point game of basketball, 66-64. Let's break down our leading scorers to this point in the contest.
Sierra Feltner, I tell you, Gabriel, what a player. She came out firing on all cylinders today. She has 24 points in this contest. She has been true to be beneficial in this ball game. Of course, for the Lions, we have Dishman and Hennessy also making the difference. And also Mary England on the other side of the ball got 12 points in this contest. There's a lot of good basketball players here today.
Long feed up the floor for Bryan College. The Lions outside to Combs, who wants three. That one rattles off the front side, drops into the hands of Feltner. And we got a chance to speak with Feltner after last night's big win for them over Indiana Tech. First of all, I think that was an upset.
Yeah, I think so. And I thought Feltner was a pass-first kind of player until she told me that she likes to shoot it off the dribble, and she's proven that today.
It's funny. She was really the facilitator in last night's game, and she told us during that interview, she said, no, I like to pull up and shoot.
Yeah.
And she certainly has today. 24 total points so far in this contest. 10 for 19 from the floor. 4:20 left to go. 2-point ball game, 66-64. Russell wanted to pull up. Frazier right there in her face. Dishman turns a half circle on the elbow, tried to lay it in off of the glass. It's taken away from her by the Bears. Here comes U-Pike. Feltner calling a play here, sending McNulty down inside. Reed kicks it back over to Feltner. Here's the long ball from Bailey Frazier. It's 69-64, a 5-point game of basketball.
If you would have told me this was happening in the first half, I wouldn't have believed you.
Gracie Dishman across the NAIA logo. Drives inside, a little kiss off of the glass. That'll find the twine.
Great drive and shot there by Dishman.
3.5 left to go. It's a 3-point ball game.
It's coming down to the wire, Gabriel. Can cut the tension with the knife, and that's no cliche. I'm serious when I say that.
Feltner with a move. Feltner with a lane. That's off the mark. gathered by Russell. 3 minutes left on the day. Luna picking her way along the perimeter, passes it to the close side to Hennessy. Hennessy with a little fake and drops it in off the glass.
The and one by Hennessy. Huge play there for the Lions.
An electric moment inside of Summers Gymnasium. A chance at the old-fashioned three-point play, which would tie the ball game.
Huge. That is so big for the Lions with only 3 minutes left in this contest.
This one rims around and won't go for Caitlin Hennessy. Boarded by Englert. Hennessy, that bucket means she has 19 points in today's contest. Feltner drives a little behind the back pass to Englert. From the elbow, that rims around and pops out.
That went everywhere but in the basket.
Caitlin Hennessy with a cross. Passes it outside. Kastner working with it. Wants to go inside, and now the timeout.
It looks like Dishman got pushed there, but no call. And she's shaking up down there near the Bryan Lions bench.
Officials timeout. We'll take a timeout as well and be right back with more college basketball here in Dayton, Tennessee. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee, campus of Bryan College.
Dishman gets subbed out. She was already dealing with a foot injury. Looks like she was shaking up there, going into the trainer's room.
Russell with it, just inside of the perimeter. Kastner picking her way along the arc. Hand off to Luna. Luna to the corner to Combs. Combs wants three as the shot clock expires. The board by the Bears. They lead by one, 69-68 with 2 minutes left in the ball game.
I didn't think Dishman would stay out long. She's already checking into the scores table.
Feltner across to Englert. This rolls on the iron and drops back to the floor. And now the call down there against Russell.
That's one of the toughest calls in basketball, the block charge. Glad to see that Dishman's okay.
Dishman checks back in. Big piece of Bryan College's offensive game plan. This one will go, finding the twine. It makes it a 2-point ball game, 70-68. 1:52 shows on the clock. Second will go as well. Now a 3-point ball game. The Lions trailing to the Bears. Hebrew Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. Thanks for being with us. Coming down to the wire here in Dayton.
That's an understatement. 3-point game with only a minute and a half left.
If you're just joining us, it's do or die. The winner goes on to the Sweet 16 of the national tournament. Here we go, Gracie Dishman with a little kiss off the glass, and that'll find the twine.
Move. And a steal by
Unbelievable. Luna picks it off, and now the Lions are back on the offensive end of the floor.
Such a sneaky play by the senior.
72 seconds left in the game. It's 71-70. Dishman with it on the close side. Dishman with a cross. Dishman fighting down into the mid-post, and now the foul called there. Stamper wanted the travel called. Not going to get it.
Whew. Sweating bullets up here, Gabriel.
Luna Long pass to Kastner. Kastner fights it down to the mid-post and fires. This comes up short.
Just kind of alligator armed that one.
60 seconds left in the ball game. It's 71-70. Feltner coming up the floor. Feltner crosses inside to the low post, hands it off. Frazier gets the bucket. It's 73-70, a three-point ball game.
What a play.
43 seconds left to go. Here come the Lions to the offensive end of the floor. Hennessy, long pass, back door. Combs with a spin move.
Wow.
Let it go. She finds the twine, and it's again a one-point ball game with 33 seconds left on the clock.
Two heavyweights firing haymakers at one another. Only a one-point game with just over 30 seconds left.
Well, this is it. This is what you live for.
Yeah.
When you're a kid in the backyard playing on your hoop at home, you dream of fighting to go on in the championship. This is what these student athletes have dreamed of their whole lives.
Hey,
a
March
chance
Madness.
to go on.
March Madness is not just for the NCAA. Here we are in the NAIA opening round championship. A chance to go to Sioux City, Iowa to compete in the Sweet 16, and both teams are fighting hard for this one. Do or die, survive and advance. Here we are, one-point game, 30 seconds left.
Thank you for being with us here today for this contest in Dayton, Tennessee. And another timeout down on the floor. Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. I've got a nugget I've been saving this whole broadcast. Last night, we had a huge attendance here in Summers Gymnasium, probably 800, 850 people.
Yeah.
Filled the stands. There was nowhere left to sit. It was standing room only. And part of that crowd, about 60 athletes, were the soccer programs. And they are gone now on a mission trip to Honduras. Their plane, I would think, throughout the course of this game has arrived, and they're there.
Yeah,
That's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, that is awesome stuff. Cool thing about going to a private Christian institution like Bryan is to have opportunities like that.
Well, here we go, 33.8 seconds. It's a one-point ball game, 73-72. U-Pike and the Bears lead the Lions of Bryan. Feltner will be inbounding the basketball from the close side here.
Feltner is probably the one they're looking to foul, just shooting over 60% from the free throw line.
Long feed into play there.
They still have a couple fouls to give, I believe, before they're in the bonus.
Hennessy in the face of Feltner, giving it off to Frazier. She is jostled by Luna.
Shayla Ludy going to check in place of Samantha Russell. One more foul until they reach the bonus. And the one they want to foul is inbounding the ball.
Inbounding pass to Englert, who is fouled right away. 27.2 seconds now.
That puts them in the bonus, and Englert's an 80% free throw shooter. Exactly who you want at the line if you're the Bears.
A chance to extend their lead here. First one will not go.
This is the first. That means at best for the Bears it can be a two-point game.
Second one will drop into the twine. It's a two-point basketball game, 74-72, and a timeout down on the floor.
Good timeout. I like that timeout by Coach Lahan. He still has one to give with only 27 seconds left in this contest.
Slowing the game down just a little bit. One team is moving on to Iowa, to the Sweet 16. And you said it during our last timeout. It is March Madness.
And I wonder, I see Coach Lahan drawing up a play over there. I wonder who they're going with here for the final shot. You got to think they're taking the final shot here, unless they just have something too open, you know.
The Lions have gone to the whiteboard. The Bears have gone to Coach Clifton Williams, talking to his 5 on the floor here. Lahan has got something in mind, though. You can see him.
Oh, yeah.
Love the fit today, rocking the suspenders.
He looks good in those. Wears it well. Better than I could, at least.
I have some suspenders. I never wear them. Here we go. It's loud here in Summers Gymnasium. A 2-point ball game. 74-72. The Bears lead the Lions with 27 seconds left.
The traveling
Lined up
fans
there.
from Pikeville, Kentucky also getting loud in here.
The mounting pass, Hennessy. 24 seconds. Hennessy with a cross, passes it outside. Combs from 3-point range. This is off the mark. Boarded by Englert. It's loose here.
Jump
Dishman
ball.
fighting for the ball down there on the elbow. It's a jump ball.
Wow. Dishman fought for that possession, got the jump ball, and it remains Bryan's ball.
That is a huge play by Gracie Dishman.
That could be the difference in a win and a loss here.
16.1 seconds, still a 2-point ball game. The Bears lead. Inbounding pass, Dishman. Clock is winding quickly. Dishman behind the back, drives off the glass, and a goal! And the gymnasium erupts as it is a tie ball game with 10.9 seconds left to go.
The and one! And in honor of the great Dick Vitale, it's electric, baby!
So Gracie Dishman will go to the line with a chance to give the Lions a 1-point lead in a tie ball game with 10 seconds left to go. A trip to the national tournament, Sweet 16 on the line. Dishman rattles it around and won't go. Bears have the ball. It's Englert fighting her way down the floor as quickly as she can. Pass to the close side. Reed sidesteps down low. Ball is loose. Fighting for it. Still loose along the perimeter. And we are headed to overtime here in Dayton, Tennessee. 74-74 at the end of regulation. The Bryan College Lions and the Bears of the University of Pikeville will play in overtime. Free basketball.
Gabriel, we stood up for the second half. My legs are shaking. It's so intense right now. I might have to sit back down for overtime. Wow, 74-74. I did not expect this going into halftime.
Well, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more college basketball in Dayton, Tennessee, as we head to overtime. Welcome back here to Dayton, Tennessee. We are in overtime in the NAIA National Tournament's opening round. The winner of this contest headed on to the Sweet 16. What a story. Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. Tied at 74. We're going to play 5 more minutes for a winner.
Wow, I cannot believe it.
Here we go. The Lions will start this overtime period with possession. Dishman drives down into the paint. Turns a half circle, hands it off to Hennessy. 15 on the shot clock. Swatted away by Stamper. She falls on it. Loose. Englert has help up the floor. A 2-on-1 chance. Pass back door. Feltner off the glass. That'll go.
Good defense by Dishman, but better play by Feltner.
Here comes Hennessy. Hennessy passes it back outside to Dishman. She's standing about 10 foot outside of the perimeter. Crosses up and drives. Pass across the floor to Combs. Combs back to Gracie. Wants to make a move here down in the paint. Fights it off the side of the iron. It's loose. And unable to keep that one alive as it just falls out of play off the hands of Combs.
And they're fighting hard. They're fighting hard. Both teams are.
4 minutes left to go. It's 76-74. The Bears lead the Lions.
Seems like every possession could be the difference in the game.
Feltner to the elbow, passes it outside to Frazier. Comes right back to her. She's standing on the point, looking with it, wants to drive, a little kiss off the glass, that'll go. A 4-point lead now built for the Bears of Pikeville as Feltner has 28 points and she's 12 for 22 from the floor.
Impressive game by her.
The three ball for Luna!
Oh my!
From 15 foot beyond the arc, unbelievable!
I'm waiting for this team just to pull up from half court.
It's again a 1-point game of basketball. 78-77, Pikeville leads. Reed, now to the far side, Stamper feeds it to Feltner. Feltner wants another, that'll go as well. Back to a 3-point differential between these two teams. 30 points for Feltner.
Point total matches the jersey number that she's wearing.
Dishman with a little move. Down into the low post. This goes with a little kiss off the glass. 2:40 left to go in the game. A 1-point ball game, 80-79.
Wow.
Well, I said it there in that fourth period, exchanging body blows, and they still are. Roundhouse rights here in Summers Gymnasium. Back and forth, these two programs go.
Yeah, I thought I was watching Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield out here.
First one will go for Bailey Frazier.
2-point game now. Just 2.5 minutes left.
A 3-point ball game, 82-79. The Bears lead the Lions. Here comes Gracie Dishman with a cross. Dishman outside to Kastner. She wants the three ball. That'll find Klein. It's a tie ball game with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left to go in the overtime period.
It is madness in here in Summers Gymnasium in Dayton, Tennessee.
Feltner with a cross on the elbow, kicks it outside. Stamper to the far side. Here's a little burst, and from mid-range, Frazier gets one.
Both teams back and forth.
Here come the Lions. Luna leads the way. Luna looks to the close side, passes it up to Dishman. Gracie Dishman, 1:40 left in overtime, a 2-point ball game. The Lions looking to tie it right here. This one rattles all around, rolls off the far side of the iron. Dishman keeps it alive for Bryan College. To the far side to Caitlin Hennessy. 90 seconds. Working her way along the perimeter, Luna kicks it to the far side to Gracie Dishman. Dishman, as the shot clock is going to expire, is fouled down there by Englert.
Good job at her drawing the contact.
Dishman 9 for 22 from the floor, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 22 total points for her. The leading scorer for Bryan College today.
Does it surprise you?
Not one bit. Not one bit. This one will find the twine. A 1-point ball game again.
Has a chance to tie it up here at 84 with just over a minute left.
A tie ball game. 78 seconds showing on the clock here in the Summers. Feltner will run the floor for the Bears of Pikeville. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Feltner drives, this one will go. Nice little lay in there. Feltner now with 32 points. 14 for 24 from the floor. Hennessy passes it back outside to Luna. She pulls up from three-point land, that'll go!
Holy
87 to 86, a 1-point basketball game. Bryan College leading the University of Pikeville.
Looks like they're having some problems with the time on the clock.
Problem is an understatement. Okay, I think it's fixed.
Yeah.
Here we go, 52 seconds left. The crowd coming to their feet here. Feltner with a cross, wants to drive. That'll be for the lead. It's off the mark. Rolled along the rim, gathered by Luna. She's fouled down low.
And they're in the bonus too, so she'll get a chance at the stripe to extend this lead.
Grayson, I don't know if I can handle a second overtime period. I don't think I'm going to make it if we go to another period of overtime.
I don't think you needed that Monster Energy drink. Amped up on adrenaline right now.
Luna's first at the line is off the mark. It remains a one-point contest. Bryan leads Pikeville. 42 seconds left in overtime. Luna's second will find the twine.
They extend the lead to 2. Man, what a game. All we could have ever asked for, Gabriel.
88-86 in overtime, period number 1. 42 seconds left in this extra inning, if you will. Gabriel Schrei here with Grayson Whaley. What an exhilarating contest here.
It really is, and the top players on both teams are firing from everywhere. And the thing about Bryan that's so different about Pikeville is they have 8 or 9 players that are going to be shooting from anywhere. Pikeville stuck with their girls, and they've also made a difference on the floor. I mean, what is it, Sierra Feltner, 32 points? I mean, that's insane.
It's unbelievable. Bryan College, you know, we talked to Coach Lahan before the game, and I think everybody was kind of on the same page. If BC slows down Stamper, Pikeville is going to really struggle. That has not been true.
No.
Feltner has been on fire.
I don't know that they expected that. I don't know if they expected Feltner to play so well today. They've stifled Stamper, but they've had no answer for Feltner.
Down on our right here in the Summers. Inbounding pass from Frazier. Over to Feltner. 38 seconds. Feltner drives from the mid-post. This one off the mark. Rattled and tipped out of play by Luna. The Bears will get the basketball back.
Almost everyone here in this gymnasium on their feet. How important is this one?
Frazier inbounds over to Feltner. Feltner along the perimeter to Reed. She wants 3. That's off the mark. Luna gets the board this time. And now the foul before she can pass it away to Hennessy.
The Lions are in the bonus. And Luna's a 75% free throw shooter.
This one rims all around and drops down into the twine. 89-86, a three-point game of basketball with 24 seconds left in overtime. The second one rims all around and drops as well. 90-86. Bryan College leads the University of Pikeville. Here come the Bears. Feltner feeling the pressure. Hands it off to Reed. Reed drives inside of the perimeter. Now a pass to the corner. Wants the 3. Hangs on to it. Goes back to Reed. Reed kicks it to Frazier. 10 seconds left now. The handoff to Englert. She fires from long range. That's off the mark. Luna gets the board with 4 seconds left. And the Lions of Bryan College are victorious. They are headed to the Sweet 16 in Sioux City, Iowa. Congratulations to Bryan College.
Wow, Gabriel, you couldn't have asked for a better game. What a hard-fought victory for the Lions. And nothing to be ashamed about for the University of Pikeville Bears. They played an impressive game and a good season for them.
U-Pike, a huge upset last night, overcoming Indiana Tech and the Warriors. And the Bears today pushing Bryan College to overtime, taking this right down to the wire. What an incredible contest between these two teams. This was a blast.
It really was, and I was so impressed at Pikeville's response in the second half. I think Bryan was up 13 points going into the second half, and they had a response for them. They're well coached, though. We talked to Coach Clifton yesterday, and he had these girls prepared. But, man, what a game by the Bryan College Lady Lions. They fought hard, and they ended up getting the victory by 4 in overtime.
Absolutely. And Grayson, thank you for being with me here for this weekend's contest. A lot of fun to get to work with you.
Absolutely. Blessed to have this opportunity with you.
Been a fun couple of contests. So there you have it, a 4-point ball game, 90-86, the final score. Bryan College overcoming the Bears of the University of Pikeville. Congratulations again to the Lions. We will hear from Coach Lahan and a player or two in just a few moments, so don't go anywhere.
You know, Coach Lahan is happy about this victory. Of course, I mean, any coach would be, but this is his first season at the helm as the head coach, and they're going to the Sweet 16. He was AAC Coach of the Year, and now he's making a bid for National Coach of the Year, huh?
Absolutely. Incredible contest.
And what a cool opportunity to be able to host something like the NAIA opening round for the national tournament. And I know that these girls are so excited to go to Iowa and try to make their mark at the national stage. Shayla Ludy signing their way to the Sweet 16. Doesn't get much sweeter than that.
Congratulations to the winners of the Dayton, Tennessee 2022 NAIA
What a blast.
Basketball National Championship opening round, the Bryan College Lady Lions. The Lady Lions have punched their ticket to Sioux City, Iowa, and an appearance in the Sweet 16, which will be played on March 17th. Congratulations, Lady Lions.
What an impressive feat here for the Lady Lions. So it looks like they're going to have a neck-cutting ceremony here in just a few moments.
Well, thank you to everybody who's tuned in with us today. Lots of great feedback on Twitter. Missed that, didn't get notifications for some reason. Durante Polite watching from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks for tuning in. A couple of other great viewers. We apologize for the lack of the score bug. It's a program called Titler Live, and it crashed partway through our broadcast. That's why that was missing. I appreciate you letting me know 47 times.
I think it was because both teams were scoring so much. The scoreboard couldn't keep up with it.
Such an exciting contest here today.
It really was. seniors.
This is the second time ever Bryan College has gone on to the Sweet 16. 2 years ago, the Lions made it, and it was the COVID year. They made it there. They were practicing for that big contest, and the call came down from the NAIA that everybody needed to go home because of the coronavirus. History in the making here tonight inside of the Summers.
We're going to try to get a hold of a few players here, Gabriel, for some post-game interviews. It's hard to pick from this well-studded basketball team.
There are a lot of great athletes inside of this program.
It's such a cool opportunity to be here and witness the Lady Lions play such good basketball here in this opening round. It's such a great opportunity also for the city of Dayton, Tennessee, to have this blessed opportunity to host the opening round here at Summers Gymnasium. And as the net cutting ceremony proceeds, we're just a few moments away from interviewing Coach Bryan Lahan and a couple of the stars from today's ball game.
What a fun game.
It really was. I didn't expect it to go into overtime, being up 13 at the half. And Pikeville just fought so hard to stay in that game. And I told you in the game, there's something psychologically about being within 10 points.
There is.
And they stayed within 10 for most of the game, especially hitting that three late in the first half, got them within 13. And they responded well in the second half and made it a tight contest all the way down the stretch.
And as you can see there, the net cutting ceremony underway for this program. Lots to be proud of.
I'm afraid of heights, but I think I may go up there to cut off a strand of that net. Samantha Russell getting her a piece of that net. She was a big part of today's win with 7 points and 5 boards. She held Stamper at bay for most of the game, guarding her down in the low block.
Leading scorers for Pike and the Bears. 6 total points for 2 players, McNulty and Stamper. Stamper really contained here today. Still had 10 rebounds and 3 assists. Alexis Reed, 8 total points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Mary Englert, 5 for 11, 15 total points, 9 rebounds and an assist. Bailey Frazier, 17 total points, 6 for 14 from the floor, hit 3 of her 7 attempts from beyond the perimeter, also had 9 rebounds. And Feltner, the scoring leader for Pike, 32 total points for her, 14 for 26 from the hardwood. 2 for 2 at the line, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. She stuffed the stat sheet.
She really did. And like we said before, we thought she was more of a game facilitator yesterday, only scoring 10 points and kind of dishing it around. She had so many good dishes yesterday, I thought I confused her with a china cabinet. But, I mean, tonight, beautiful, beautiful brand of basketball.
That's a violation. Put the headset down. Oh, man. Leading scorers for the Lions here today. Run down through that list. It's going to start with Samantha Russell, 2 for 8 from the floor. 2 of them coming from beyond the arc for her. 5 rebounds and assists. She had 7 total points. Kastner also had 7 total points, 3 for 8 from the floor, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Carly Combs, big impact here today. 2 3 balls, also had another shot from the floor. Hit 1 at the line, good for 9 points. 5 rebounds and 2 assists for her. 15 total points for Luna. 4 for 8 from the floor. All 4 of her makes were from beyond the arc.
Wow.
Had 8 rebounds, 6 assists. 19 total points for Caitlin Hennessy. 7-11 from the hardwood. Hit 5 at the charity stripe. 4 rebounds and 4 assists for her. And Gracie Dishman again, a huge performance. 24 total points, 9 for 22 from the floor. 2 from beyond the arc. 8 rebounds and 2 assists. And Bryan Lahan, an unbelievable performance from alongside the floor today. Gotta love him. What a guy.
Oh, he's a great guy. And I know that he is so excited to take over this program. Jason Smith held the reins of this program for quite a while. He moved on to a bigger school, and Coach Lahan stepped up in a big kind of way. First season coach, AAC Coach of the Year. He has a lot of confidence in his girls. He's just an all-around good coach. And I know that he loves this girl, and he's a great recruiter, too. I know I talked a little bit about that yesterday with his presence in East Tennessee, but there's not many people who step on this campus that play basketball that don't know this guy.
I made my way around Southeast Tennessee this year with high school basketball programs, probably visited 20 high schools. He must have come up 10 times.
Yeah.
And everyone says the best things about him. They love the guy.
He's a gentle giant. You know,
I got to lie. I don't – all right, got to lie. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I love him too. He's a great guy. He's real friendly, real nice, good leader. He's everything you want to see in a great basketball coach.
He really is. And when you talk to him, he's a lot less intimidating than he looks. Big old 6'6" giant there. Great basketball player for himself in his time. Looks like we got some players storming up here for some post-game interviews.
Looks like we're going to have a whole gaggle of company here. A great performance by so many of these athletes here today. Luna is the first to join us in the booth.
Hello.
Well, this is the first player we've heard from, so we got to start with the obvious question.
Oh, goodness.
You go to overtime. What's going through your mind? I mean, we were losing our minds up here in the booth. That was stressful.
Well, we just kind of thought, we got 5 more minutes. That's all we're guaranteed this season, and we said 5 minutes, and these 5 minutes are ours. So we went out and got it.
How much does this mean to you as a senior? I know COVID year, y'all were supposed to go to the Sweet 16. It got canceled. This year, you're going for real. How much does this mean to you?
Oh, this means even more. I tore my ACL a year ago, so I didn't even get to play last year. So being here just means the world to me. I couldn't be here without all these girls and all these supporters. I don't know. I just can't thank them enough for everything they've done. This means so much to all of us.
That's awesome.
A full gymnasium here tonight at home in Dayton, and a pretty incredible sight. Lots of fans out. How did that feel down on the floor? Was that a great feeling?
Oh, goodness, it gives me chills. Every time we hear some of them screaming and yelling for us, it just gives you chills all over. It just makes you want to win even more.
Awesome.
What an environment
thank you for being
tonight.
with us.
Thank you.
Congratulations again on your big win here tonight.
Thank you so much.
Gracie Dishman is now becoming a regular guest in the booth. We're going to have to get her a nameplate to go on the door here to the broadcast booth. Gracie, we've got you back again. A second night in a row, you're the leading scorer. Wow. I mean, that was unbelievable. And the effort laid down on the hardwood by you, down in the paint, very high tonight. Did you get tired in that fourth period?
I was a little exhausted, I'm not going to lie to you. But, I had my teammates pick me up, and that's all that mattered. So that's why I pushed through. So.
I noticed you've been dealing with a foot injury. I've seen you around campus with a boot on.
Yes.
How did that play into today? I saw you were a little shaken up earlier.
Well, actually, it was my other foot that I hurt
really?
this time. But, once my adrenaline gets going, there's no stopping me. So
Yeah, I didn't figure you'd be in that training room
no,
for long.
I said, get me out of here.
I saw you get run into the scorer's table down there. What happened there?
when I went down with my foot,
Yeah.
I just twisted my ankle real bad, but, just got to get back up.
Well, you got back up, got back into it, had another big night, stuffed the stat sheet from all across the floor. In that overtime period, what was going through your head? There was a couple of moments there where you were trailing. Were you ever nervous? What was Coach saying to you?
I wasn't really nervous. I knew we were going to pull out with the win. I just kept telling the girls we got to dig deep, and that's what they do every time. One of us falls, they pick us back up, and I just remember in the huddle, I missed that free throw at the end, and they all picked my chin up, and they said, "Chin up, you got this," and and they're the reason I got through it.
Yeah.
So.
That's
well,
awesome.
Gracie, congratulations again. Make sure you send me a postcard from Iowa.
Thank you.
I'm going to make the same joke for you, right? You also have to have a nameplate on the broadcast booth door now. Back with us again, second night in a row, Caitlin Hennessy. Caitlin, another big game for you. 19 total points tonight, dropping it in from all over the floor and competing in what was a hard-fought physical game. I bet you're exhausted.
Oh, my body is sore. I'm so glad we get a little break before we play in Iowa.
Yeah, I noticed that you and Stamper were going there at it for a little bit. She's a physical player. How did that play into how you had to kind of change your mindset, or did you change your mindset going into this one?
She's a tough girl, real tough girl, hard to move, and I know she wanted to come in there and bump with me, and I knew I just had to give it back to her if I just wanted to help my team.
Yeah, you did a great job.
She lit it up last night against Indiana Tech, and I don't know if you had time to watch film overnight or examine the way that she plays the game, but were you worried about having to defend her coming into tonight?
Yes, she was our main focus of the night, and we knew that Destiny had to start on her, and we knew that we had to help, and that's my job, is just going over there and just helping my teammate, because we know she's a tough girl to girl.
She was held to 6 points from the floor. That's pretty incredible.
Yes.
Caitlin, you're headed on to Sioux City. What does that mean to you? I'm sure that's a huge moment for you in your basketball career.
It is. We was there for the first round in my freshman year, and then we got sent home because of COVID. So it's just so nice to go back and with a team that I love so much. And I just want to keep winning for our seniors, so I don't want to let them go yet.
Well, awesome.
That's what it's all about. Survive and advance. Keep dancing.
Caitlin, thanks for being with us again. Enjoy the corn.
Thank you.
Grayson, you got rejected.
I
on the
know.
handshake
She left
right
me
there.
hanging there.
Carly, how long have you been shooting threes for? I mean, did you start practicing threes when you were in Pee Wee?
Yes.
Unbelievable. You hit a couple that knocked the lights out here. I think I said you shot one from downtown Chattanooga at some point during the broadcast. You had one from 10, 15 foot from beyond the arc. Does that go through your mind, but when you pull up from that far beyond the arc, or is it just, I'm going to shoot from here?
At this point, I just try to get my feet set and knock it down when I can. I don't think about where I'm at. I haven't really met a shot I don't like yet. So.
Ooh, I love
like that.
I
That was
love
nice. That was
Yeah.
nice. Being that you're a senior too, I asked DeAndre the same question. What does this mean to you? First time that you'll actually get to go to Sioux City, Iowa.
Man, this is something that you only dream of. This is literally a dream come true. I came back fifth-year senior, and I came back because I knew this team was something special. And to just be able to live it out at home for the first time in front of our home fans, just to see this community come out and just support us, it just means the absolute world to me.
Absolutely. And you have some individual accolades, hold the record for most three-pointers made. Time to get a team accolade and bring home that national championship, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what we plan on.
Well, Carly, thanks for being with us. Will you also send me a postcard from Iowa?
I sure will.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And we've got one guy left here to talk to. We're going to have to drag him away from a gaggle of fans.
Popular man.
He has the net from the rim draped around his neck. It's head coach Bryan Lahan. Coach, you're back with us again, and that's good news for your team. A huge win in overtime here tonight, propelling you to Sioux City in Iowa. What do you think? What's going through your head right now?
I got a great group of kids. I never doubted them for a second. You just keep telling them, go be you, go be you. Go do what you do and be you. And, Deandra Luna, what do you say? She's had ice in her veins for years, and today she wasn't ready for its end. Her, Gracie, they just weren't ready. And when you got kids with that kind of will to win, wow, what a special thing that we got right now.
Yeah, it really was special. And I was looking over there wondering when you were going to take the suit jacket off. I knew you were sweating under there.
Done.
But I know it became a close matchup. You're up 13 at half. They made some really good adjustments. What did you notice?
Well, the thing was is they adjusted to us going underneath their screens on number 30 off the top, and we didn't adjust properly to those by going over and getting our help side. We got away from our help side and our gaps, but they did a great job of adjusting to us going under screens, and they took advantage of that. And that's what we wanted that to happen, was if they was going to beat us, they was going to have to beat us shooting the ball, not getting to the basket. And credit to that. That's a great coach basketball team.
Yeah, and they ended up shooting the ball well throughout this game, but y'all still managed. The three-pointer fell a little more this game. How did that play into the win today?
Oh, we knew we had hit threes today to win. We knew they was going to pack the paint in. We knew they was going to try to take away Caitlin and Gracie driving from the top of the key. We knew they was going to try to take away everything in the middle, and they did a great job on that. And you knew it was just a matter of time before our threes started falling. That's who we are. It's what we do. And we got great shooters who just step up and make them.
Coach, are you nervous to go to Iowa? It's your first year at the helm of the program. I mean, I can't imagine you being nervous after seeing how confident you were coming into today, but what kind of emotions are going through your head?
Nervous, no. I know the group of kids I got. Win or lose, I got the best group in America. My emotions is, I'm telling you, when you go through recruiting these kids, your first year as a head coach, but this is my 8th year with the women, I recruited every one of these kids. I watched them when they was babies in high school, and we built that relationship, and to see them go and do the things they're doing right now and just living out who they are and who I knew they'd be, that's the best reward I could ask for. And just these girls make it special to come to, I hate to even call it work, but come to work every day with the greatest group of kids in America.
Yeah, you really do. And we talked a little bit about your recruiting prowess in the eastern part of Tennessee, and everyone that you talk to and at high schools around the eastern part of Tennessee knows who you are if they play basketball. And how much does that play into developing a good team? You have to build that trust on the recruiting trail, and then you build that trust even more when you're playing basketball games. How much does that play into things?
Well, the first things first is these kids got to trust you, but then their mom and daddy's got to trust you. You know, I'm a dad. I coach from a daddy's perspective, and I got 4 kids, and one day I want somebody to treat my kids a certain way, and I want to go and treat their kids a certain way. I know our children are the most precious thing in the world to us, and if mamas and daddies can trust me with their babies, we've already got a big hurdle going through.
Yeah.
And they need to trust that, because they're trusting me with their babies coming to being adults.
Well, Coach, I think you've made Dayton and all of Southeast Tennessee proud here tonight.
Well, that's what we hope for.
Congratulations to you again. I can't wait to see what you do in Iowa.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you all.
I want to thank you all for joining us here today in Dayton, Tennessee. An unbelievable contest here for the Lions of Bryan College, overcoming the University of Pikeville and the Bears. Congratulations to this women's basketball program. They're headed on to the Sweet 16 of the NAIA tournament. Again, the final score, 90-86, an overtime win for Bryan College. For Grayson Whaley, the Lions, the Bears, and all of the wonderful fans, thank you for joining us here in Dayton, Tennessee. I'm Gabriel Schrei. We'll catch you next time.